Hello, well today we are down at one of our favourite places. It's the Fountain of Life. What is the Fountain of Life? Well, it's like a school, it's like a safe haven for children who come along here, get some basic education, while the sisters here, Sister Joan and the other sisters, try and find out where they were born, get the government papers, get them into the school system, school, dentist, medical, university, and they're working and providing for their families. That's the long story, very short. But it's a place that touches the heart of many who come to Pattaya. And one of those ladies is a PILC lady, and her name is Mary Pierce. Mary, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Now, Mary, what's your involvement with the Fountain of Life?
I've started teaching the children knitting every Monday afternoon.
Okay. So why knitting? You're obviously an experienced knitter.
Yes, I am. And also my friend Roseanne is from the Women with a Mission, and she asked me if I would knit some hats a couple of years ago.
All right.
So I did about 10 hats, and then I thought, why not teach the children to do some knitting?
Okay. So how did you hear about the Fountain of Life? Or through the PILC?
PILC, really,
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
All right, okay. Well, I know it's a place that the PILC are doing a lot of work with and supporting, not just in terms of finance, but also with works like this, with their welfare projects, which I guess this is kind of like an offshoot of that in a sense.
It is actually, yes,
So, I mean, I said at the beginning, this is something like a school. So what you've done is you've brought in a new part of the curriculum, if you like.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yeah.
there was you, and you've also got another Irish lady who's your friend, right? Alana.
Actually, I had two Irish ladies. Geraldine is now moved to Bangkok,
Okay.
and then Alana is still here with me, but she goes back to Northern Ireland next month.
Next
Yeah,
month.
yeah.
Okay, so so there was the three of you
Three.
coming along every Monday. So what are the challenges when you're doing this? Do you speak Thai?
Nignoi.
Nignoi, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, as I say, our Thai wasn't brilliant, but one of the teachers here is very good. So I said to her, we need to teach the children. So we put 30 stitches, 30 rows,
Okay.
and we'll make a square.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I would imagine that when they're looking at that ball of wool, they probably, because they've never seen anything like this before, I guess, they probably couldn't think what you were doing, thinking, my goodness, who's this crazy Farang coming in with these things that look like chopsticks? And did they have an idea what the end product was going to be?
No, they were overwhelmed actually when we started sewing the squares together.
Okay. Now, so the idea was to make these squares, as you call them, and what sort of dimensions are they?
30 stitches, 30 rows.
Okay. How many inches is that? I mean, what does that mean in terms of size? About a foot?
Yes.
About
yeah,
a foot square, right?
Square, we say foot square,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. But you actually also asked Sister Joan, who's actually busy working in the background. I hope you can see she's over there. That's her working on her square. Now, she was meant to start that when?
Oh, about 12 months ago.
So she's now 10 rows in.
Yes, not good,
No,
not
it's
good.
not good. Well, she's a busy lady, so we can excuse her. So you basically got all those squares, about foot squares, and now you've knitted them together for what?
Yeah, actually it's 42 squares, and we've made a blanket.
Okay.
Yes.
And the blanket is going to do for what, or going to go where?
We are going to give it to Women with a Mission,
Okay.
as they do such fantastic work in Maysot.
Okay, in Maysot, right. So this is locally Roseanne Diamante, who's the ex-president, is it president the right term, of the PILC. She was involved with the welfare committee with the PILC, but since then she's went on to form Women with a Mission, who do, as you say, work up in the north of Thailand. Now, of course, the north of Thailand is quite cold compared to here, the sun that we have here in Pattaya. So I would imagine a blanket's a worthy addition.
Ideal for up there, yes.
Okay. Now, do you know how many kids she's got to look after up there? Do you know idea?
I should know, because I visited the centre a few months ago.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll ask her that question in a minute. But obviously, it's great that you're doing this. Now, tell me this. So, your pal Alana, she's going back to Ireland. The other girl, Geraldine, she's back in Bangkok now.
Yes.
So it's just you and Sister Joan with her not even half square after 12 months. So are you ladies going to continue to be able to do this, you think?
I would love to. So if there's anybody out there that would like to donate a Monday afternoon for an hour and a half,
Okay.
please contact the centre.
Okay.
Also, if you have any wool, double knitting wool, please, that you don't need, I would be very grateful of the wool.
All right. Okay. So you're looking for wool, and you're looking for ladies, not necessarily ladies, but it's normally ladies who've got a little time on their hands who could come along, give a few hours. Do they have to be experienced knitters?
Not necessarily, perhaps I could teach them and then.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, listen, it's good work that you're doing. I mean, it's all worthy stuff, because the end product that you've been able to give this on to Roseanne is fantastic. But really, the important thing is the educational aspect that you've brought into the Fountain of Life. So very well done to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, right. Well, thanks very much, Mary. Stay tuned, as we're now going to catch up with Roseanne, and she'll give us the answer to the question, how many children are going to benefit from this blanket, and how many more blankets will they need in the future, a future that you can be part of. Stay tuned. Okay, and now a very familiar face around town, and sometimes here on PMTV, it's Roseanne Diamenti. Roseanne, nice to see you again.
Good to see you, Paul.
And it's great that you're still. I think first time I met you was when you'd just been elected as president of the PILC a few years ago now. Let's not go into it. And then you're also involved very much so with their welfare committee, right?
Yes.
And that spurred you on to form this foundation, Women with a Mission. So give us a little bit of a background about, well, why did you do it?
Why did we do it? When the tsunami hit Thailand in 2005, three women, Bronwyn, Kylie, and myself, were doing charity work here around Pattaya along with the PILC. And we took upon ourselves to help with the tsunami. And we thought it was going to be one-time handout. It ended up being 3.5 years. And learning a lot with lunch farms and feeding children and developing self-sustainable projects. But after 3.5 years, we said we need to move on to something else, and we heard there was a lot of children that were in need of our help up in the Mae Sot area of Thailand. This is up in the Tak area, up in the mountains, and the children are almost all Karen or Burmese that have come into Thailand for safety reasons, for security, and for education.
Okay. Now, are they recognized by the Thai government? I know we don't want to really get into politics, but
No.
are they assisted, or is that where foundations like yourself has to help out?
There are a lot of foundations up there that help out, but they have been recognized by the Thai government. They have all gotten ID cards this spring, and they're taking a Thai curriculum of learning classes and learning Thai. And they actually take 4 languages in their studies, English, Thai, of course Burmese, and Karen, and then along with all the other studies. So it really challenges them. But they all have to do all the testing out to be able to advance on to the next grade, and even to, once they get through 12th, they can actually apply to even go to Thai universities now, which is a whole new thing. When we started there 2 years ago, that was not even possible. But a lot of new steps have been made because of the generosity of the Thai government.
Well, it's good to hear that. I mean, I know that there's restrictions in place for a lot of reasons, of course. I was speaking to Sister Joan earlier, and we were talking about there was Burmese twins who were always here at the Fountain of Life, and they could never move on to the Thai schooling education system because they weren't Thai nationals.
Right.
But they've now been able to take a test. It's like an entry-level test, which I think is what you're talking about. They do that, and if they pass, bang, that's them. They're accepted, and they're on the road to, well, it's a whole new road in their life, right?
Yeah, we were just up there last month, and there's Burmese and Karen children that are 10,000 children that are in Thai schools in the other area. But there's so many children up there that there's not enough funding for making more Thai schools. So they're having the migrant farmers schools, it's BMWEC, Migrant Workers Education Consortium, and they have 54 schools, and they're having them run under the Thai curriculum.
Wow. I This is just phenomenal. When you say, there's 3 ladies who started, you've got this thing, a man and a mission, but you girls, you obviously haven't let it go. I mean, how do you get the funding for this? I mean, I know that you're well known for the work that you've done, and you've probably got a huge network of people. Or is that the answer?
That is the answer. It's just networking with people. We send sponsor letters all around the world, so we have funding coming from all different directions. My 2 partners, Kylie and Bronwyn, are both Australian, so they fundraise there. We fundraise in Europe as well as the United States as well, and we do one large fundraiser here in Thailand, which is our Women with a Mission charity golf tournament in October. And we'll have our third chance to tournament, and hope you'll get to play. Patty Mayo was there last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I never get a day off, but never mind.
That's okay. But anyways, it's going to be October 21st this year, and so we're looking forward to that. And we raised a little over 700,000 baht last year. So, I mean, we put a lot of money towards this, but we've got 400 children that we're helping to feed and educate in the area. So it's important that we continue with it. We try to set up sustainable projects so that one day if we have to walk away, they can survive. Sure. So that's what Women with a Mission is, a totally non-profit. All funds go directly to the children.
So all the work that you're doing is just from the good of your heart, right?
Well, yeah.
That's great stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, let's talk a little bit about Mary and Alana and this blanket. I mean, it's a blanket, but it's more than that, isn't it?
It is more than that. It's made with love by these children. I mean, each one of these squares was made by a child, and the fact that it's going to go up to Mae Sot and help keep the children warm, which I've been up there when it's cold in the wintertime, and it can be 5 Celsius, so it's cold in the mountains. And I know it's just one blanket, but it means a lot. It means a lot that the children have made it, that the PILC ladies have taught the children this craft that they can take on in their lives and do in the future themselves.
Okay. Well, going back to just something you touched on there briefly, I know that the kids here at the Fountain of Life, they pay 10 baht to attend here.
Yes.
And I think it's 10 baht. I'm sure it's still 10 baht.
I think it is 10 baht.
And every year this money becomes an amount. Half of it goes towards helping, a tiny amount of it goes to helping running the day-to-day cost, and half of it is donated. And when the kids were asked collectively, where would you like the money to go to, they said, the poor kids of Thailand.
That's wonderful.
Which is great, just great, and they don't realize that in a sense they're the poor kids.
Yeah, they're the poor kids.
So anyway.
They're all happy. They enjoy coming here, and they're safe. They have a good meal. They don't feel like they're deprived then. They think there's people worse than them, and that's a great attitude for a child to survive in this kind of environment.
Well, isn't it great that here you are, you're taking in a lifetime of experience, helping all these people, but it seems that you're learning something or getting something back from it.
I get more than I can even measure. It's amazing. The 8 years now I've lived in Thailand has been wonderful to just be able to give back, and they've given more to me than I could ever give to them.
All right, Roseanne. Lovely to see you again. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay, we're going to sign off for here right now at the Fountain of Life. If you would like to help, as Mary said, you can get in touch. We'll bring up the details of the Fountain of Life. And the Women with a Mission, their details was on screen earlier. And a quick plug again, the golf tournament, what date?
October 21st.
Okay. So if you fancy having a game of golf, or if you want to get involved with the Fountain of Life, get in touch with either of those numbers, and you can do your bit. And you know what? When you come along here, I promise you, it just changes everything. Okay, see you again. Bye-bye.